can trust them and know that they're going to take good care of you and not take advantage of you.
It's convenient, number one, and I trust them, number two, and they're reasonable, and that's important.
They were very open about what they were going to do, and they didn't start the work until I gave the approval.
You're looking for the drivability of the vehicle, whether the steering wheel's straight, make sure it doesn't pull from the alignment, make sure the tires don't have any separations, make sure you don't have any noises in the suspension like the shocks banging or bad strut mounts or anything that, loose. Make sure there's no mist, no check engine light. You got to check for any lights that are on, where the gauges are setting, what works, what doesn't work on the car. After you've test driven the vehicle, you bring it back in, pop the hood, and you do a visual check on the belts, the hoses, all the fluids, top off everything that's low, like the brake fluid, which we need to top off.
Regular oil changes keeps a professional eye on the car. The oil change is something regular you want to do all the time, but having a professional eye look at it, now you're going to avoid major repairs because you're going to be able to address the minor stuff, the maintenance, as you're going along. So when we're doing an oil change, we're looking at the bumper to bumper, we're looking at everything on the car.
You can tell if there's an issue with, you'll pick up on stuff that a customer doesn't even know exists. An example was a short time ago, there was a lady that brought in a car for an oil change, and she had a wheel bearing just screaming. And you didn't hear that? No, I didn't hear it. Well, you have a wheel bearing about to fail, and it had come along at such a long period of time. She just grew to know the noise, and then we put the car on the hoist, and literally the wheels getting ready to leave the vehicle.
There's a lot of places that do a quick oil change. Car washes do it sometimes, and then there's quick lubes. And the difference between coming to 3A Automotive for an oil change and going to one of those places is that we have certified technicians working on your car. That technician's going to see that versus somebody who is a little bit less experienced. They may skip over that kind of thing.
You feel the hoses, make sure they're not swelled out or any bad cracks in them, bad places. The fan clutch, make sure it's not seized up. Basically what you're looking for is anything loose, leaking, dripping, any moisture anywhere. You're checking your bellows on your rack and pinion and make sure you don't see anything, the residue on the struts, bushings. Making sure you don't see anything that has any bad wear. This is the differential, the rear diff. You're making sure it's full, then you check the rear shocks. Make sure they're not wet. That means they're shot if they are. Look at the spare, make sure it's okay. That's all good. And your muffler system, make sure no hangers are broken.
And so it's not just somebody dumping the oil and putting a new filter on, it's actually doing a thorough inspection on the car and noting down any future repairs, any things that are starting to leak, or any maintenance that the customer is going to be looking at. Coming to a certified repair shop like ours for all your oil changes is we're going to have all that stuff noted down, and then we're going to watch it. And when it's time to replace it, then that's when we'll replace it.
And that's great. 3A is good like that. And every one of the guys will give you that, not just the owners or all the mechanics. They'll come up and say, you don't have to have this done now. You could have it done in a couple of months. We'll just watch it.
It's about as close to preventative maintenance as you can get on a personal vehicle. And whatever they can tell me that's down the road helps in budget and also looking out for it.
We always say that seeps turn into leaks, leaks turn into engine replacements. And so we like to catch things while they're in a seep stage. And if it's in a seep stage, maybe it's not something we're going to replace right away or fix right away. It's something that we note down that we're going to watch.